Yeah. Now let's look at Ali's list again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. I didn't get to actually see the list before.
That's right. So, let's just run it down.
Go ahead, go.
Because everybody wants to know what it is.
All right, this is Ali Aintrazi's list. He's mono blue Grand Architect kind of deck. He's won several times with Blightsteel Colossus. I just have to say that.
Yes, he has by casting it.
Right.
Hard casting. 4 Thrumming Bird, 4 Preordained, 3 Tumble Magnet, 2 Ratchet Bomb, 4 Enclave Cryptologist, 4 Grand Architect, 4 Everflowing Chalice, 3 Treasure Mage, 2 Wormcoil Engine, 1 Contagion Engine, 1 Steel Hellkite, 2 Mindslaver, 1 Stoic Rebuttal, only counterspell, and 2 Jace's Mind Sculptor, 2 Mystifying Maze, 17 Islands, and 4 Inkmoth Nexus.
So
we'll talk about the sideboard when we
what
get
a brew. Yeah.
So Thrumming Bird will turn 2 for Aintrazi there.
Flores, turn 1's a Colonnade, turn 2, Island Go.
Ali Aintrazi plays an Island, plays an Enclave Cryptologist.
In with a Thrumming Bird, I think?
He swings.
Yeah. Seems like a good idea. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, it's waiting. Okay, so mana leak.
It's leaked.
Right. So Thrumming Bird in for 1. And a second Thrumming Bird.
Let's try something. You do all of Edgar Flores' play-by-play. I'll do all of Aintrazi's play-by-play.
All right, we'll do that. Go ahead.
Let's try it. Reorganizing mana. Aintrazi preordains. It resolves.
Flores is at 19.
He sees an Treasure Mage and an Inkmoth Nexus. And draws the Inkmoth Nexus. What else do we see in his hand here? That's a Steel Hellkite.
Looks to me like Flores has Spell Pierce, Gideon, and at least 2 lands, Tech Edge, and either Glacial Fortress or Seachrome Coast, and it's a Glacial Fortress.
I'm surprised. Well, I mean, I guess maybe he wants a Wormcoil, but I'm surprised that Aintrazi kept. I think he kept the Treasure Mage on top. He has 2 6-drops in his hand already. But I guess once he gets to his, I think he's got an Architect too. So once he gets to a point, he can just cast all of them.
So Flores taps 2, gets attempts a Stoneforge Mystic.
Checks for his single copy of Stoic Rebuttal.
Right, basically, yeah. So Stoneforge Mystic, which he just top decked actually. I think I don't think that was in his hand before. And he goes for the one of them. They're swords, Sword of Feast and Famine.
Swords are not for decoration.
They're pretty dangerous.
They are. They'll cut you wide open. You did. I know. It was just funny. I just looked over and it looked like you were. I thought my partner here was falling asleep for a second, but it turns out
I'm just very engrossed in the match. I'm just looking. Anyway, so
I'm not sleeping. I'm just looking.
I don't know. So Inkmoth Nexus gets Tech Edged, and Thrumming Bird's in for 2 more. Another Stoneforge Mystic off the top for Flores. What's he do here? So he's got a Spell Pierce, he's got a Gideon, he's got looks like a Day of Judgment. He goes for the second Mystic.
Checks for his non-existent counterspell. Resolves.
Says I'll grab the Silvok Life Staff now. And I guess apparently pass the turn.
Well, I guess he's got 2 equipments in his deck.
Yep.
So he would naturally grab that. I was like, why would he grab that? Because it's there.
It's the only 2 equipment in the deck, so.
Right, so Ali plays his 4th island. He taps 3. I think it's going to be Grand Architect.
It is.
And he can. Now, if Architect resolves, he might be tempted to try to come in. I mean, he might be playing around Spell Pierce, but he could also be playing around Mana Leak. But he is going to tap 6 anyway. And if he runs out the Hellkite, it'll resolve. But if he ran out, no, he ran out the Mindslaver, and it gets countered.
Spell Pierce. There's Edgar
I think that was the
Flores.
only counter magic in his hand, right? Was the spell pierce.
Yeah.
I think he just
Looks like drew another one. He's got a Day of Judgment, but not exactly what he wants. So goes for play the sword, equip the sword, and discards a treasure mage.
No, he discards Steel Hellkite.
Oh, did he? Okay,
He took it
looked
back
like
and discarded the Hellkite.
Okay, cool. I think that's they're talking about that.
Text Magic players in standard win box number 6.
Player making
Standard
take it
win
back.
box number 6. Please report to the side of this area where Judge Daniel is going to get you started.
I honestly think
standard
that
win box number 6.
That Edgar should have let him take that back.
Yeah, see, to me, I saw the treasure mage go to the graveyard. Like that's what I saw and said. So I mean, I feel like, well, if it got me enough time to see it and see him discard it, like that's what you discarded.
Right. I mean, I guess he does have the
It
day,
is.
so he can.
It is round 8 in the in a pretty serious tournament here. It's not F&M.
Yeah.
But so Edgar got to untap his lands and play a Jace and Fate Sealed.
I'm just saying I would have let him take it back because I think that.
You would have rather him had the.
I think that as a player, I would have rather him had the treasure mage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Thrumming Birds and the Grand Architect take down Jace.
Actually, you know what? That's incorrect because at this point he has because he's untapped with the architect.
Christopher Smoots.
He has a lot more mana to get around spell here, so I wasn't thinking about that when I said that. So never mind. Because he could go in for a slaver with that with the treasure mage and actually resolve it.
Trying to figure out how he killed Jace with 2 Thrumming Birds and a Grand Architect.
Because the Thrumming Birds are pumped from the architect.
Oh, that's right. That's what it is.
And day hits. Now, what is going on here?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Didn't he just Day of Judgment?
He just dayed. Why is there
still
a Stoneforge Mystic on the board? Oh, did he? Oh, he Mystifying Mazed it. That's what happened.
Oh, wow. Good call. Okay.
Makes sense. Very confused for a second. I thought that
It was a
Ball
pretty
Texas.
interesting. Yeah, I was confused too. No, that was an interesting play. He said, "I'll swing with my Mystic," and he said, "All right, Mystifying Maze." He's like, "All right, fine. I'll kill everything and
get
my guy back."
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So here comes a call.
Caw-caw. Okay, that's the only time I'm going to do it all day.
All right, good. All right, so he gets a Squadron Hawk, and counts his cards in his hand. Looks like he has 4, so he can grab all 3.
5.
He may have 5. I couldn't quite tell, but apparently he said, "I'm getting this many, and I'm passing him." No, he has 4. So.
Alrighty, so Aintrazi's board has been swept. Flores seems to be on a pretty in a pretty strong position right now. There's a Hellkite that he can't cast in his hand.
Yeah, no more Grand Architect.
He does have Grand Architect right now. There it comes.
Yeah. I mean, no more that was in play. Now he has a new one. So. So Flores untaps, draws a Seachrome Coast, plays it, looks to equip the Squadron Hawk with a Sword of Feast and Famine. Looks like he's trying to consider using some of that mana before he, which he does, using some of that mana before he swings in. He plays a Hawk, doesn't need to search because they're all in his hand.
Right.
Gets to untap his lands. Looks like Aintrazi discards an Everflowing Chalice, and Flores taps 5 for a Gideon.
Pretty shiny Gideon. Brendan, as always, has judges hovering over his opponent over here.
So it looks like Ali had to swing into Gideon. And Steel Hellkite hits play. No, I'm sorry, he didn't. I was going to say, I think he tapped it for mana. So yeah, that's what he did. He tapped the Grand Architect for mana and played the Steel Hellkite.
That's I think that's Mark Aquino versus Brendan Hurst over there.
Yep, it is.
Awesome.
But over here, Edgar Flores is preordaining, gets a Plains, stacks his attackers. Got 2 Squadron Hawks, one of which is equipped with Sword of Feast and Famine. Although he just moved the sword to Gideon. So
wow.
And plays another Squadron Hawk. He's got 1 mana up for a Spell Pierce, you know, if he needs it, and he, you know, does have one in hand. Ali looks to be in a bit of trouble at the moment.
It's a great start for Flores, and much less explosive game for Aintrazi. I think a lot of that has to do with the counter magic in Flores' deck.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, it's not like Ali didn't know that this was a list he'd be facing, so it may just be.
Number 11, please report to the assignments area where Judge Daniel is going to get you started.
May just be that Ali just didn't see the cards that he needed to.
Draft number 11, please report to the assignments area. Your draft is waiting on you.
So Edgar's hand looks like it's Spell Pierce, Jace, Sylvok Lifestaff, and Deprive. Taps to, equips the sword to, I believe, is a Squadron Hawk?
Yeah, it's a
under
hawk.
there? Yeah. And he's swinging in. Made Gideon into a dude. Trying to figure out which he wanted to block there.
I think he mazed the hawk.
Yeah.
Did he eat the 6 from Gideon?
I think he must have. The fact that Architect lived.
He didn't have the Hellkite out anymore,
No.
right?
So I believe he just drew another Jace, but. So he, yeah. Ali says, all right, scoop him up. You have way too much of a board advantage right now. It really, you know, it didn't look like Ali could get get a foothold on that game. That time, you know, Call Go kind of performed exactly as it's supposed to, just putting on the pressure and then holding down the fort with counter magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ali just, you know, he had a little bit of pressure early with like the Thrumming Birds and then the Grand Architect, but just that Day of Judgment that wiped the board, he never really recovered.
Right. I imagine he brings in. I imagine Ali would bring in negates here.
Seems good, yeah.
Ratchet bombs, maybe. Tumble magnet, blight
Yeah,
steel.
probably tumble
definitely
magnet.
tumble magnet, blight steel. Negates almost definitely, and ratchet bomb really could go either way. I think.
Why definitely Blightsteel? Just curious.
Because he said that card was the one that was eating Calgo for breakfast.
Okay. Did we talk to him?
I don't know.
To say, I don't remember him
Wait.
saying that.
Somebody
Who
said
said
it.
that?
Somebody said that he said it.
Okay, maybe that.
So
makes
I
sense.
heard from a friend of a friend that his friend told him.
All right, so looking at the Call Go list at Edgar's sideboard, he's got Ratchet Bombs, which could be helpful against. I don't know. I mean, I guess the Grand Architects, the Thrumming Birds, but I mean that's going to take out his own creatures as well. So. He's got Ousks, Divine Offering. Divine Offering, I think he should bring in because we've got, you know, Ali's obviously playing some artifacts.
Big
that,
splashy artifacts,
some nice,
yeah.
nice targets for it. So Divine Offering seemed like a good idea. Sort of Body and Mind seems good against blue deck.
Yep. Don't bring in the Mortar Pod.
Yeah, I don't think the Mortar Pod's coming in. Elspeth, I love Elspeth. Now. Bring her in. But I don't know. She may not belong in this deck. She does kill a lot of artifacts, though. She has to go ultimate to do it. Another Deprive. I think he probably brings in the Deprive because, well, he's gonna obviously bring stuff in. He's gonna need to take stuff out. Probably cuts the Life Staff.
Yeah, Life Staff seems a little unnecessary.
Yeah, actually, I'm not really sure how much he wants to change from his main deck because he wants to bring in the Divine Offerings. I would think, but beyond that, like,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you cut?
Well, you want to bring the Sword of Body and Mind in. So.
Yeah, yeah, Sword of Body and Mind. I'm sorry, but I mean, so what do you cut? There's 4 cards. Like you can cut the Silbok Life Staff.
Maybe he would even cut the Sword of Feast and Famine.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know because it seems like that's such a huge advantage for a control deck to be able to like tap out and then untap.
Right.
That's the whole thing with Sword of Feast and Famine. It's basically like it's see what you know. This is Shaheen was saying this in his article the other day about how the thing that makes blue control decks kind of fair is that they can't tap out on their turn because they need to keep the mana open for counter spells. But Feast and Famine breaks that rule.
Right.
Lets them tap out on their turn, get in there, and then untap
and
open
leave
for
mana
counter
untapped.
spells.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nuts. But so Ali on the play goes Island, Preordain. Edgar picks up a Stoneforge Mystic and goes with a Preordain of his own off of Seachrome Coast. Ali with the turn 2 Thrumming Bird.
Thrumming Bird.
And,
How awesome.
Edgar goes turn 2 Island and Stoneforge Mystic. Or Squadron Hawk. Squadron Hawk. Just get one. I mean, he has 6 cards in hand, so. Passes the turn to Ali, who cuts his deck. Ali decides he's going to preordain as well. We basically had a battle of the preordains here. Plays a Mystifying Maze and gets a Chalice on one. Quite interesting with the Thrumming Birds.
Yeah.
Although Thrumming Bird can't get in right now with the Squadron Hawk.
Right.
Edgar plays a Plains, taps an Island, then a Plains, or a Stoneforge Mystic. That's pretty much what I expected. See what he grabs. Does he grab Body and Mind here? Does he want Feast and Famine? It's a tough call. There's Body and Mind.
Yep.
I mean, Body and Mind seems obviously so good. Giving his Hawk protection from blue, and Ali has no way of blocking it until he gets Steel Hellkite or something, right?
Yeah.
Mystifying Maze will help, though, when he can activate it.
True. Well, did he just draw a land? So, yeah.
Yeah.
So he is on the mana to activate it now.
Yeah. But do very little else.
True.
Yeah, so he's got a Ratchet Bomb in hand. The Tumble Magnet, that'll help.
There we go. And he had Spell Pierce back up, and great success.
Yeah. So the Tumble Magnet taps down the bird, and looks like the Thrumming Bird can now get in, proliferating the Tumble Magnet counter right back on there, and giving a Chalice an extra counter.
Yep.
That's why you play Thrumming Bird. Because I'll add a counter to that, add a counter to that. That Tumble Magnet, basically free activation right there.
Both players are at 19 right now, right?
Should be, yeah. So Edgar plays a Glacial Fortress.
He did board in the oust.
Yep. It's kind of like, wow, do you want to use that on a Thrumming Bird? Or it does seem like it's actually, it's not the Thrumming Bird that's so dangerous, it's the Proliferate on the guys that's so dangerous. So,
Yeah.
So he goes with the Mystic, drops the sword, Hawk picks it up, swings in, mills Ollie for 10. God, I'm loving Call Go. This kind of version of Call Go. Like this is the version that I like.
Yeah. Classic.
Very, very controlling with the aggression in there as well. Nothing cute.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you can call Stoneforge Mystic cute, so.
But I mean,
it's becoming, it's more than just a cute thing now. It's really kind of a staple
essential.
of this deck. Yeah, it's essential to Standard in general.
Yeah.
So there's the players. Edgar Flores in a commanding position right now. So now looks like Ollie is going to have to probably stop going in with that Thrumming Bird well, at this point he can get in with the Thrumming Bird if he wants, but he wants to hold that Tumble Magnet back for that whatever it is that's got that sword.
Yeah.
He's going to have to force Flores to re-equip, basically.
Yeah.
To something, you know, to the Stoneforge Mystic. But there's a Ratchet Bomb. That will help, especially, again, with the Proliferate. So he's going to give it a counter immediately.
Uh-huh.
Now he taps 4. This is going to be a Jace. He's got Jace, Condemn, and something else. As you say, I don't know what that other thing is. I have a feeling it's going to be Jace.
All right, well, that's a heck of a
it's
recovery
a
there.
Exactly. So he bounces the Wolf token with Jace. In with the Thrumming Bird, get a Ratchet counter, pump the Chalice up, get a Tumble Magnet counter, put Jace back up to 3. Wow.
Amazing.
Look at that. Now you want to oust the Thrumming Bird, I think. He's tapped out, right? Oust that Thrumming Bird before it gets out of hand. I mean, this is just me. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's good. He can grab it right back with Jace.
Right.
To replay it. But at least it holds him back from the Proliferate temporarily.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad move.
Well, I mean, it would also buy him a turn to keep his body in mind. I don't know if he's going to blow up the sword or if he's going to blow up the 2 creatures.
Yeah.
To me, he still has the Tumble Magnet to resist, you know.
Yeah, because if he puts that Ratchet Bomb up to 3 and blows it up, then he gets his Tumble Magnet as well, and Tumble Magnet's taking care of the sword, whatever's got the sword right now.
That is very true.
Tumble Magnet's making a difference. So
actually, Oust would be, if he's going to do that, Oust would be a bad play right now because he would lose his own Thrumming Bird to the Ratchet Bomb anyway.
Right. Good call.
So that you don't want to waste a card on that.
I see what you're saying.
But I think a Gideon might hit the battlefield right now. And that'll stop the... okay. Jace out the Jace.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
I think it's a good play, yeah. I didn't see the Jace.
Although he obviously wasn't thinking about that in the first place because he attacked the Jace. He attacked it with the Mystic, changed his mind. He just must have changed his mind after attack.
Maybe realizing just how quickly the Proliferate can get out of hand.
Absolutely, yeah.
Although Gideon would have stopped that, but...
So here comes the Treasure Mage. So that's yet another 3-drop that's kind of making it not seem so attractive to crack a Ratchet Bomb on 3. Because now I'm going to wipe his Treasure Mage and his Tumble Magnet, and his Ratchet Bomb, obviously, just to kill a sword.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Doesn't actually seem like it's going to help him out.
What he'll probably do is he'll probably swing, proliferate the Tumble Magnet and the Chalice again, and then maybe on his opponent's turn, blow everything up.
One of the straps. So that if anyone does try to make off with it while you are otherwise engaged, they will have to make off with your leg as
Okay.
well.
Yeah, pretty much
That makes
exactly
it
what he did.
significantly harder for them.
What did he grab with Treasure Mage? I didn't see it.
Oh, Mindslaver.
Okay. Flores trying to figure out what actually can happen here. Proliferate makes things a little more complicated. It looks like that Chalice is on 4, right? So okay, so he
Chalice
says,
is
I'm
on
going
4.
He says, like, all right, I go to combat. He uses the Tumble Magnet to tap down the Squadron Hawk.
I think he's going to let that Ratchet Bomb sit there until he absolutely needs it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just right now it's just presenting a problem for Edgar because now he doesn't really want to play, you know, a Squadron Hawk because right now you just blow them all up. Although he could just grab a couple more, but he does play the Gideon, and he +2s the Gideon. He did have the option of killing the Thrumming Bird there, but he decided not to. Yeah, he could have killed the Thrumming Bird with Gideon. So.
Right. Well, the Thrumming Bird won't proliferate until it hits the player.
Right. Okay. That actually makes more sense. I was thinking if it connects, like.
Right.
I
Right.
wasn't actually, yeah.
Attacks and
I've
isn't
not
blocked.
yet played with or against Thrumming Bird.
Yeah.
So. Or maybe I have played against Thrumming Bird in Limited, but I just don't feel like I remember seeing it very often.
So here comes Slaver.
Yep.
Slaver resolves. And Slaver is activated.
Cracks the Slaver, yeah. So I have a feeling Gideon's going to. Oh no, he could. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do here. Tumble Magnet and Edgar's own Gideon seem like options.
He could play the Squadron Hawk. He could actually play Squadron Hawk, search up all of his other Squadron Hawks, play them all, and then use the Ratchet Bomb.
Yeah, that could really be a problem.
At that point, he's waiting to Dream Rip a. I mean, he's got a couple creatures, and of course he's got probably Colonnade in the deck somewhere. Not seeing it right now though. So he casts Hawk. Is he going to search? I know Fail to Find isn't is the right thing most of the time, but search up the other Hawks and you can clear his whole board.
Clear the Hawks right out of the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure Ollie knows this.
But he's not searching.
No, he's not. Huh.
Well, I mean, I guess, Flores still has to draw a Hawk to get a Hawk.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like
Seems like he would just grab all his Hawks.
so he's gonna oust one of his own guys.
See, now he could have, I don't know.
Yeah,
He could have done that first,
and
Right.
then play a Squadron Hawk.
and then played a
grabbed
Hawk,
it.
searched up all the Hawks,
Yeah.
and then wiped the board.
So
But we're not. Oh, they used a
Tumble
minus
Magnet.
2.
Yeah, Tumble Magnet tapped the
That's
Squadron
awesome.
Hawk and Gideon
Two-sided Icy Assassin combo.
killed it. Yeah.
Cooperative.
Yeah, both players. And I think he's cracking his fetch land. He's gonna fail to find, I would hope.
Naturally.
He's gonna look through the deck though.
He's going to shuffle away the Hawk.
Right. But he's taking a look at how he sideboarded. Was that a
Nice.
mortar pod?
Was that a mortar pod?
He stopped on something that looked like mortar pod.
Oh my goodness.
Mortar pod's not so good when none of your Hawks are around, but Ollie didn't wipe the Hawks, so he's keeping that Ratchet Bomb though. That's good. He's still having that leverage there.
Yeah. If absolutely necessary.
He's tapping. Put some equipment into play. Also add some mana. That's it. Did you see that he activated the Stone
Yeah.
Forge? Pretty funny. Mindslaver is such a weird card. It makes you really think in ways that no other card does.
It's such a cool card.
I want to
I'm
make the
excited
worst
to see it
plays
finally happen.
possible, right? Like, I just want to make really terrible plays.
Again, I need to switch back.
What are you looking for? What's that?
I switch. So Ollie has free reign right here, and he's using it. He tapped the Chalice for another Tumble Magnet after swinging in with a couple guys, the Treasure Mage and the Thrumming Bird and the Grand Architect. Day of Judgment from Flores, and he has an island in hand, which I believe he will hold just to make Ollie at least think there's something there.
Checking. Check to see if I had any.
Yeah. I have one of each. Alright, so I think well, apparently that was game. I think Ollie swung in, but
Well, there we go.
they're going to game 3. 1-1.
Must have set him too far back at that point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it was just a matter of let's have time for another game rather than draw.
Yeah.
It's just Ali comes up with some of the more like exciting decks. He's very he just seems like such an up and coming like rogue deck builder. Like I mean, up and coming maybe maybe I'm a little late with that.
Right.
But I mean, he was the guy playing Turbo Land last year.
Yeah.
At
I mean, he pretty much
wasn't it?
pioneered the deck, right?
Was that at Philly? It was at Philly.
Yeah,
Star City,
Philly.
Philly last June, I think. Yeah.
And he won with it, right?
I
No,
don't-
no. He
I
won the
don't think
PTQ for Amsterdam with Turbo
Okay.
Land. He finished
But
5th place.
yeah, he was in top 8. That's what I remember. I think in the same top 8 that Dave Heilker was in.
Yep.
Right? From Motion
Sure
Drop,
was.
who we had in the booth a little while ago. Yeah, he's just very good at building decks that people aren't prepared for, and I think that's a huge advantage for him. People just don't know what they're expecting, and even when they figure it out, it's kind of like, so that's what you do. I don't have anything to deal with that. I don't have anything. I don't know what I'm doing.
You know, honestly, you know who we haven't, or at least I haven't heard from in a while? Conley Woods. Like, has he been building decks still, or is he?
Yeah, I mean, he's still doing his thing. He's Conley.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I haven't heard about many of his decks lately.
Yeah.
For a while there was always a story about
Well,
some crazy deck he
He
built.
just had that one that was, wasn't it at Worlds with the crazy graveyard combo with like Necro. Now I'm forgetting the word. Now I'm forgetting the name of the card. Why am I suddenly blanking on that card? It's the one that gets all the Necrotic Ooze. That's right. That's saying Necro. So yeah, Necrotic Ooze. Like he had that Necrotic Ooze deck. Just wasn't that at Worlds? So I mean that was just a few months ago. Shaheen again with the thumbs up. Yeah, Ooze and Oz was the name of the deck.
Did he play? I mean,
So,
did he play in Denver?
I'm sure he
I would
did, but I
imagine
didn't see
he
the
played
list.
in Denver, right?
So meanwhile, the game is off to a blazing fast start. I think they're just trying to play fast now. I mean, I don't know how much time's left in the round. If you want to run around and see, the clock's right there. But Flores has already landed a Stoneforge Mystic and now ousted a Thrumming Bird.
12 minutes, still plenty
Okay,
of
so
time
12
for them to
minutes,
get
but a game,
match
but I mean-
or game off.
But they need to go fast. So I think is that what sword is in his hand? Is it Body and Mind? Yeah. He Stoneforge Mystic got a Body and Mind, and then ousted Aintrazi's turn 2 Thrumming Bird. Aintrazi goes for a second preordain of the game. Looks like they might be going bottom. Now, I'm trying to consider between looks like an island and a Thrumming Bird. Oh, he just left them both on the top. Grabbed the Thrumming Bird, plays a Mystifying Maze, and plays that Thrumming Bird. So it's the same Thrumming Bird I think that was just ousted.
End of turn, Feast of Famine comes into play.
Well, it's Feast and Famine. I thought it was Body and Mind, unless he has both in his hand. But
He might have the other one in his hand. Who knows?
I thought I saw Body and Mind, but Feast and Famine picked up by the Stoneforge Mystic. Plays a Tectonic Edge. Plays a Squadron Hawk.
Is he holding 2 negates in his hand right now?
Who?
Yeah, at least one. Aintrazi.
Yeah,
he's holding both
he's got
of his
2
sideboard
negates.
negates.
So,
Which honestly don't seem to be doing too much for him.
well, he can't counter the equipment when the
Right.
Stoneforge Mystic drops it into play, and it can't counter the Squadron Hawks. Basically, it seems like it's good counters for counter spells at the moment, or Day of Judgment. But right now, Edgar has board advantage with the creature and the equipment, creatures and the equipment. So, not many Day of Judgments at the moment. It seems no Day of Judgment coming up very soon.
Yeah.
For on Flores' end, because he's got a better board. Now there's Grand Architect. That's something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
He chumped with the Thrumming Bird last turn
Yeah.
and
so Flores draws his card.
still doesn't have negate mana up.
It's gonna tap some. So yeah, he moves the equipment. Makes sense. So he can almost surely get in there. Plays a Colonnade. This is what I love about the Feast and Famine too, where you can play comes into play tapped land.
Yeah.
And then untap it. I mean, it's just
awesome
one
interaction.
extra little bit of value there.
He can
So,
edge that Mystifying Maze too.
Yeah. So he gets in. Aintrazi discarded a negate, one of those negates.
Yeah.
Flores now preordains his
Gideon
Gideon
and
and Divine
Ju-
Offering.
Divine Offering.
Yeah.
Divine Judgment.
And
Is
puts
that
them
a
both
card?
on top, grabs the Gideon. And he looks like he's gonna go for another Hawk.
I think he's gonna play Feud Killer's Verdict right here.
His Feud Killer. Isn't that from Lorwyn? So there he goes. Tech Edge, the Mystifying Maze.
Yep.
That's great right now for Edgar, because that maze can be a problem for those equipped creatures.
Draws a Mindslaver.
Yeah, Mindslaver. We saw how good it can be, but at the moment it's not.
Not very good right now.
It's not going to help. He does have 2 Grand Architects. So he taps. Or is he? He's not attacking, is he? He is attacking. Okay. So nothing there. They just bounce off each other. Pass the turn. I'm not sure why attack. I mean, just try to get a little damage in.
Possibly.
Maybe. I don't know what he was bluffing there. I don't think he was bluffing anything.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's right. That's what it was.
They pump each other, right?
Why? I keep forgetting about them pumping each other.
Yeah.
So that's why he did it.
Well, apparently Flores didn't realize it either.
No, I mean, but Ali didn't say anything until Flores is taking his next turn. So here come 2 Hawks. He doesn't search. Gets in there with the Hawk and the sword. Untaps his mana. Plays a Gideon. Says, kill your Grand Architect.
So if you'd like to play an on-demand side event, now would be a great time to sign up.
Things aren't looking good for Aintrazi here.
No, not. We are really cursing the people who we request to see in these,
Yeah,
these
right?
feature matches. Although I'm really loving Flores' deck, so I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not unhappy with
Nothing wrong
this.
with that.
So he goes. He
Nice.
activates a Colonnade, activates Gideon. I'm in with everything. What do you want to do? So how much damage is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I think?
Pretty much has to block the Gideon, right? I guess.
I see 15 on board if I'm looking. There's 10 from the Colonnade and the Gideon, and then 3 from the Hawks and 2 from the Sword. So 15. So that should put Aintrazi to 2. Edgar goes for another Hawk. And passes the turn. He does have a Divine Offering in his hand. There he
And
goes.
there it
Okay,
is.
so Flores takes that match. Stretch it out.
What was this? Tassels?
I don't know. Well, so just a few minutes left in the round here. We just saw Edgar Flores with a classic